Hello, excuse me. Hello and welcome to some more Satisfactory, rounding out the weekends of streams with Satisfactory. My name is Trismegistus, and in this series, I'm basically just trying to finish the game as much as you can finish while it's in early access and not completed. I've never done that before. I picked up the game when it launched. And then basically played it through. There wasn't that much in it. So now I'm picking it up after there's been five major updates, and 6 is coming. And the state we're at, the place we're at, is essentially that I want to make some nuclear power because I'm building a big smeltery or foundry or however you want to phrase it, and I just want to go and check to see that the uranium has arrived. It should have done by now. Yeah, looks like it. So we've got uranium there. What are you? Oh, Caterium, okay. And basically we need to set up a sort of I want to set up a self-contained sort of uranium processing and nuclear power facility as much as I can make it self-contained, because I believe nuclear waste is... you can't do anything with it. And to achieve that, basically I need to get all of the materials in, because to make the nuclear power stuff, we need basically everything. And we are in, like last stream, I was up there setting up a higgledy-piggledy mess of belts to bring some uranium down, some uranium ore. And we now need to work out sort of the production change. We might chains. We might have to go back to base because we may well not have the bits and pieces we need. But my current plan is to basically build it here. So we're going to build it... we need to elevate probably above, because this is like the tip of the Spire Coast, basically. So apparently developers consider this Spire Coast. Spire Coast is this area here properly. And they're updating that. And they've said that the nodes are going to move and stuff, so we're not doing anything in there. But apparently this, the canyon, does count, although it doesn't look like they're changing that as such, more just putting grass and stuff in it. But this bit apparently does also count as the Spire Coast. Oh, hello, Grim. You alright? How's things? So yeah, so we need to be a little bit careful, because this area is likely to change. In fact, I'm pretty sure on some of the videos it looks like they've put some stuff there, and that sort of changed, and so I'm pretty sure there are some shots showing these having changed. So we could well build this and then find it needs moving anyway, but I can do that with there's like a map you can use. Oh, not too bad. I mean, I'm well enough, sort of thing, but some annoyances at work, basically. I don't quite know what to do, if I'm totally honest. It's probably a bit heavy for chatting about on stream, but I don't know. I sort of not sure I don't want to move on, sort of thing, but I don't think I can face going through all the faff of... Oh, have I not got a zoot on? Of course I haven't. Of like applying for new jobs and stuff, because I'd rather just move. What I really want to do is just move house somewhere that's not horrible, but there's not much point in that if one more maybe. If I've then got to move for a job. And there are lots of companies that do similar stuff around here, so you might well be able to find something local. But so I just don't fancy doing it. I'm just not in the mood, in a sense. It's a very strange thing, strange feeling to deal with. Right. Yeah, it's probably a bit... oh! Good thing, just on the phone to some... I'm not sure what you would have put there. It's censored out... censored out what you put. Can't think of what you would have been referring to then. I did want to... So, I do... Fair enough. Sounds like you're not happy in the job. Yeah. Yeah, so, you know, it's not... I don't want to kind of discuss it really, but it's appropriate for the stream as such. But, as I say, it was just a bit sort of disappointing in a way. So we're going to need quite a big platform because these nuclear power plants are like enormous. So we'll build... Is that... I made this 10 wide? I wasn't really properly counting. Yeah. So I think it's 10 wide. I've no idea whether this will save me from the changes coming to Spire Coast. But let's just crack on with a bit of a platform. So it needs to be fairly meaty because nuclear power things are enormous in and of themselves. Let's see how far do we want to go. So I'm pretty sure we don't want to go too close to these guys, the sort of entryway rocks, because those are almost certainly changing. I get that. Is this the nuke plant? Yes. So the idea, I'm trying to going to build a sort of self-contained facility. I hope. Yeah, I didn't think I had enough stuff. I dumped a load of stuff off. We might have to just nip back to the main thing because I want to be able to sort of set them up. Oh, I've still got the but then I'm going to need them, aren't I? Because we're not going to mine everything we need. But basically, we kind of need everything to make the nuclear plants. And in this area of the map, there is kind of everything here. You know, so there's iron and copper. You know, I'm not exploiting them. They're not even being picked up, I don't think. But 2 iron and copper. And then there's like, I mean, this facility is here because this Caterium... is that Caterium? No, the Caterium's like there or something. And then there's sulfur there. I mean, technically there's oil here. I don't think I need oil. I can't remember whether I probably do need plastics or something. Or rubber. But there's oil like there, and I think there's... Obviously this is Spire Coast where there's oil, but, you know, we're running the risk of... In fact, let's just have a quick ping. But I think I only exploited one of them. And I could always put a tap off on that thing there. That's only like not doing anything. Where did that ping? Oh, crikey. Is that a raid coming in? There's something wrong with my notifications. Because it doesn't do the raids. Wow, crikey. So Grimmy, I've dabbled. Oh, follow got my oh, crikey. Hello to everyone raiding. Sorry, I'll just catch up in a second. I haven't dabbled with nukes yet. Yeah, so I mean I haven't really done anything with them. It's a melon raid, put your hands up and give us a smile. Wow, crikey. Thank you all for the follows. Welcome to the stream. Hello. Good afternoon from the melons. Who was the raid from? Sorry, you all rattled through, and I can't catch up with who was the raid from because it didn't notify me. It's Bits. Hello, It's Bits. Thank you very much for the raid. There we go. 168 viewers. Oh my god. That's like that's like 10 times like my maximum level, I think. Crikey. Hello all. Welcome. It's Bits from It's Bits. Yes, thank you very much, It's Bits. Sometimes require a sacrificial smile. Crikey, counter 1. Yes. Oh, gold. So I'm basically just to sort of introduce myself. I'm Trismegistus, but it's a difficult name to say. So Triz or Triggles or any of those sorts of variations is fine. If you need to say hello, and basically, so let's show you my map. So what we're doing, last Friday when I streamed this. Oh, thank you very much for the follow. I can't keep up. Sorry. I do. This is very much a hobby for me. I don't. I know it's on the. I'm on the associate base. Basically, it's just tiny little streams I do. I basically stream building type games, so Satisfactory, Dice Program, Factorio, that sort of thing. And last stream, so on Friday, I was up this mountain. I fell off a couple of times, and there's some uranium up there. I assume you all know sort of Satisfactory. So I was basically, there's like a mess of like platforms and belts and all sorts of stuff, bringing some uranium down. And the plan is essentially to convert, this is my coal power thing, and it's going to get redundant because way over here in the desert, where you see all these trains, I'm building a massive foundry. It's a shame I'm not over there to show you that, because I'm quite proud of how that looks. It's not amazing, but it looks quite neat and tidy. But that's going to be a massive copper and iron foundry. And of course, to run that, I'm going to need an absolute bucket load of power. So the current power is, I mean, it's not doing a lot because the factory's not really running, but maximum power is about 6.5 gigawatts. So it's not going to run. It's not going to run all of that stuff. So I'm trying to mess about with nuclear, but I haven't played with it before. The basic series. So I basically got the game when it first launched and played through what you could then, but it wasn't a lot. And then they've done like 5 updates with loads and loads of stuff in, and I've not played any of them. So the idea was to come back and sort of play through basically. And I got up to, so we're all the way up to the final bit of the space elevator, and I've got 2 milestones left for the research. Done all the MAM stuff, all of that stuff, but basically I realised these were an enormous amount of resources were required, and the tiny little factories I could have sort of set them up, and 50 hours later we wouldn't have been finished. So I kind of thought, well, let's build a big foundry and some big factories, and at least produce them at a half decent rate. So I've got to say the mega foundry there over in the desert, and then there's a little factory in the grassland that's making a range of stuff, but that needs to be changed over to like plates and reinforced plates. And then this here, there's a starting oil production facility there, and I've got a load of oil power plants as well. But all of those together just aren't going to power everything. So yeah, so that's the basic idea. Thank you very much for the raid. So I assume it's Bits, if you're still there. Have you been playing Satisfactory? You coming in for that, or you've been playing something else? So I tend to play on stream sort of building and management type games, mostly. So Factorio is sort of my main series. Do that at the weekend, and then this is sort of every other. Why is there a wall on that? I don't remember that being there. Oh well. Yes, so anyway, where was I? Basically we need to head back to the main base, that's right. Because I need to pick up some computers and bits and pieces like that so that we can build the nukes. And in order to do that, what I was trying to work out was where my car is. Oh, the car's back up on there. Okay, right. Let's head back up there then. In fact, let's put the jet on. So just nip over. And then I'm going to need to wear this, I think, because there's uranium all the way up. 7,000 hours, wow, okay. Wow, that is a lot. That's an absolute pro then. Oops. Now, can I get up there? Are you going to be... I think I might have to put a little... Yeah. Because I was using... In fact, let's just run up the belt. Because I should be okay. Oops. Should be okay with the suit on. Now, I think there's another... Here we go. So the car should be over here. There we go. There's the car. Yeah, so welcome all. Thank you all for the follows and it's bits for the raids. So I think you've just sort of blown my blown my numbers out of the water, because it's like I think I've been averaging 4 or something. And you've all come in and sort of blown that out of the water. So let's see a main base. I love seeing it at the different styles of previous. Well, we'll head back to the main base. It's a bit of a mess. So one of the things I've been moaning about, a bit of a moaner, I'm afraid, but especially about things I love. But one of the things I've been moaning about is the lack of blueprints or any kind of system like that. But we can go and take a look at Foundry if you want. That's a bit more how I'm intending to build things, you know, from now on. But this is a bit sort of thrown together because basically I didn't really have any idea how big the scale that you needed to go to in order to get some of these things done. I know, you know, like all factory games, you can just leave it running with small production, but so it's a bit, I say, a bit of a mess. I've messed about with, you know, the hypertubes and all that sort of stuff, putting things in. So this was the, shall we call it the main factory? It is producing pretty much everything still. Ooh. Oh, crikey, a subscription. Thank you very much for the subscription. Crikey. I only became an associate, was it a couple of weeks ago? Oh, crikey. Oh, and another follow. So thank you all very much for the follows. It's very much appreciated. Yeah, so this is the sort of, I thought this factory would get me to the end. So there's the, obviously there's the, oh, my gold. And all the sub gifts. Oh my lord, you're all so generous. I hadn't set any of this up because I kind of anticipated I wouldn't, you know, no one would be interested in subscribing, and I was a bit miffed because you have to get like, is it sub points they call them before you can do all the, you know, the emoticons and stuff. But I wanted to get the channel points done, and again, it's so complicated in the back end, and it's like it's just so much effort. And I mean, Grim was very kind to give me his Amazon sub, but that was it. That's the sum total of my subscribers. And I'm not doing this for, you know, money and stuff. Just do it as a bit of fun, really. So yeah, so obviously got the space elevator there, and this is where I was feeding in the things we were making. And as we go up the factory, you'll basically see. Well, one of the mistakes I made was I didn't unlock the awesome sink until really late into the game, because I thought it was all just like jokey cosmetic items. You know, because you know what coffee stain's like. And so I didn't unlock it, but it turns out there's loads of awesome stuff in there, as it calls it. Awesome. Like, you see, I thought it was awesome, meaning it's like a joke, basically. All things like the, you know, the power connectors. I didn't even know they were in there. I thought I was going to unlock them in research. But yeah, so this is a tiny little production of steel pipes and steel plates. And again, I thought this factory would be okay to get us to the end, and it's just nowhere near. So I've got a little train system here. I'm not really very good at the trains, and you'll see this track here. This is a bit of a higgledy-piggledy thing. Oh, that's just, I'm bringing some aluminium down because I needed that to do the tiers. But you see how this is all around the... In fact, let's get that. Oh, I don't think I've got mine. No, I haven't, have I? But I've got a hover pack, but I must have left it in a chest somewhere. There you go. So this sort of weaving around. So this is basically my station for oil. Oops, don't want to get hit by the train. I don't think the trains kill you though, do they? Unlike Victoria. But yeah, so that's my oil sort of platform. That needs a lot of expansion as well. And I was mucking about with the nuclear, seeing how it all worked. But yeah, so this is like the rubber. So this will be, yeah, plastic. And then we've got rods and screws. Rods and screws are made in that other factory. So these are all coming in by train. Again, this is nowhere near the scale it needs to be. What have we got here? So this copper sheets. Don't need any of them, do I? Let me think. I've got that ammo because I wasn't sure if I was going to kill all the spiders. Because the other factory I've got is like a military factory. That's a bit better looking. So I have got a jetpack somewhere. And then we've got wires and cables. We're going to make the wires and cables at the Foundry, so this can all go. So the idea is I'll rip all of this out and put in some more actual production machines. So here we go. Got some computers in here. But they're actually, this is just a temporary build for RCUs to get the MAM unlocked. In fact, actually, I think I left one running. Let's go and have a look. Actually, let's do one thing at a time. And as you see, I started playing with the painting and decorating when they put that out in Update 5, but got distracted and didn't do any more. What we got here? So this is what should we call it? Reinforced plates and steel beams. And as you can see, I've sort of some of the things I spread out, anticipating extending them. But I'm actually going to make all these remotely. So effectively, this main factory will become the very high level stuff, and I need like a massive number of train. Well, it's not massive, but you know, I need like 10 trains, I think, train lines. I think I was working out. This should be motors and rotors and engines. I've got this terrible habit with, and it's because of Factorio really, with sticking things into chests or containers, and so they try and fill up because there's no way of limiting containers unless there is. So I'm prattling away and ignoring your chat messages now. Beard of Oxen, just keep going. Anyone who can talk to no one deserves some off. I actually, so one of the reasons I started streaming was, I mean, it was during the pandemic basically, and it was just something I was sort of playing a lot of these types of games anyway. But I was doing with my friends like some multiplayer, and they kept telling me off for talking all the time. So I was like, I didn't really know I did it sort of thing, and I sort of realised I talk to myself while I'm playing. So I kind of figured, well, I might as well stream. Did I say grain? Not sure. I fell into the same lane. I tend to make factories for what I need at the moment. Don't think enough about the future. A lot of refactoring work so far soon. Yeah. I don't know if you know the Factorio lab. It does all three of what I would call the big ones: the Dyson Sphere, Factorio, and this. And I basically used it to try and crunch some numbers to get a feel for how big it is. And I'm not messing about too much with overclocking. I probably should, but then I'd have to collect all the slugs, and I'm not a big fan of collectathons. And I know that there's a doggos to get them, but that's pretty slow. These are all idle because these are the things, for the last milestone. So they're not really making anything, but it's, the versatile frameworks and smart plating, and I think these are the regular framey things. Yeah, there we go, some of them. And then on the top level, where it gets really messy, if this is the top level, must be. So you can sort of see here how I've been building it as well, where I've just sort of been extending. I have each corner, I've got one of these ladders, or whatever you want to call them, staircases, like a spiral staircase I've made. And then each level has this little platform. And this was how I was getting the power up without having some of the other power, attachments. So there's basically a connecting wire between these, which I think actually looks quite good. But then you've got this sort of viewing platform on each corner. And say the stairs there with the doors. Unfortunately, the levels aren't actually big enough because these big, what's it called, manufactories, is it? They actually stick through the roof, stick through the floor. But there you go, your heavy modular frames. And this must be computers. No, I'm not actually making them. Let's put that on there. Huh? And then this must be, here we go. So you got the circuit boards. And then these guys, again, are just making the stuff that it needed for the, for the, whatchamacallit, the last tier. And I say, so now I'm basically, what should you say, refactoring, just remaking everything. Doing Satisfactory only 2 weeks and now have hundreds of the double tier industrial storage containers. Yeah, so I sort of, it's a habit from Factorio, because in Factorio, if you never played it, you can basically limit the chests. So you can do that. There's like a, an X button, and you can just limit the chest to whatever you want. And the only way I've found of doing something similar is to like hand place things in, so you can sort of limit the chests by putting things in. But you can only do that if that chest is an end point. And it doesn't. Sometimes it automatically sorts it, and I don't know why. So it loses that sort of filler, as it were. But if this chest was connected to some, or container or whatever was connected to something, it would just pull the leaves out. You can't stop on pulling the leaves out. I know there are filter splitters and filter things, but I've only literally just unlocked them. But I have a habit of putting everything in a chest and then connecting something to the chest. And what I should be doing is using a splitter, especially now I've got priority splitters, to sort of make sure some goes in the chest. Rather than, because what happens is I'll come back and I'll be like, right, I need 50 motors, and all the motors have been turned into something else, and I haven't got 50 motors. But yeah, so milestone wise, the one we've got active is the leading edge, but the only other one I've got is the particle enrichment. But I'm not making any of them, so I haven't really bothered with either of these. But yeah, so I've got absolutely everything else, research wise. And then I think I left something running in the man. There we go. Geothermal generator. Oh right, yeah, I don't know how much power those produce. But also, the only one I know of is in the Spire Coast area, and I believe that's changing quite a bit. Yeah, so I got everything. Is that right? Yeah. And then this together is just a mashed together, thing producing the supercomputers. So I've got a bunch of them. And this is, what's that? High-speed connectors. AI limiters? Yeah, okay. As I say, this is type of stuff that I need this factory to build. But at the moment it's full of, so we got steel smelting here. This is aluminium. It's got the aluminium stuff there. Concrete here. A bit of copper foundry there. So that all needs to all become remote. Finally started expanding from trying to bring everything to one place to doing trains. I've built five platforms at my main base, but I have tried connecting it all, which has been on hold because I got sucked into Elden Ring. Oh, right, you're an Elden Ring player. I'm going to say the splitters is not only similar way in this one. Yeah, I say I literally just they were lit. I think it was last Monday actually that I unlocked these, so I haven't built. They're in Caterium, aren't they? I haven't built any of these, and that was another little bit of a mistake I made. I should have ploughed through with the research a bit more actively. It's like I've done like 4 alternate recipes, and it's partly, as I say, I'm not a big fan of collectathons. So going around and finding all the hard drives and all that, so it's not sort of the type of thing I find fun. So should probably grab a few more, but yeah, so I've not really done them. Anyway, so what I needed to do was work out what I need in order to make. I'm thinking sort of maybe 4 of them. That might be ridiculous. I don't know. But what do you actually need to be made? So you need. So we could go and have a look at the Foundry. Why am I looking at logistics? Nuclear power plant. So it's supercomputers. Oh, this needs aluminium, does it? Okay. We've got plenty of the other two, but I'd need heavy modular frames. Aren't they in one of these? Ah, there's supercomputers. Why am I so full of stuff? Let's go and put some things away. So this is like my... this was like an emergency like power backup area. I don't really need the gas mask, I guess. So we could put that... Where was I putting that? I was putting it in here, I think. I haven't a clue what I've done with my jetpack. You know, hover pack. I get rid of the ammo because I've sort of sorted all the spiders out. I think I'm going to encounter. And what else will be getting rid of? This blue slug. I've got blue slug for some reason. Again. Okay, it's a little bit more room. So we needed, if I'm going to make 4 of these, I need more heavy modular frames, more aluminium stuff. So we'll go chuck it in. I might actually take the truck if we need so much stuff. Use the hazmat suit for the gas, yeah. Alternate recipes are amazing, aren't they? Okay, I might go around and try and find some more then, because I've got, I say, the military factory. I set up this factory. I call it a military factory. It's basically making bombs and ammo. Because I really like the rifle, but the ammo is daft. As in, you know, that looks like a lot of ammo, but it's 100 shots. Is that right? Because no, it's about. I don't know, I can never remember. It's only like 1 shot or 10 shots per magazine, isn't it? Or something? Yeah, it's 100 shots because that's 10 magazines actually. It's not actually 100 magazines. And this is what I was saying about trying to limit it with the other stuff. And it's basically, I had all of these blocked off and then suddenly for some random reason it's sorted it. But yeah, it's also bringing in crystals for, you know, for aluminium production, for the, you know, silica and all that sort of rubbish. And then these are the bombs. This is how I was limiting it. I say that one's not sorted. Got them for the crystal ocelots. And also bring coal in for steel. Right. What was I doing there? I was going to put some of this. So let's put it in the truck then. Oh, I filled that up. I need to take all that over to the Foundry. Let's put it in there then. No, missed. There we go. So if we put... Let's put that aluminium in. And can I see the supercomputers? Can't see them. There they are. The regular computers. And we might as well put them in. Is there a bit of a space sink? Okay, maybe if I put that concrete in those random bits and pieces, I think. That'll do. Yeah, that'll do. For iron, copper and deuterium, there are pure ingots variants that make so much more ingots per ore. As in alternate recipe. Oh, right, okay. Here's the hover pack there. I don't know what I said. Oh, was that the hover? Was it in the truck? Sorry, I didn't see that. Spotted that. Ah, there it is. Yeah, well spotted. Let's get that on. There's any power around here? Now, what do we need? So we need heavy modular frames. They're like on the top. So they're in here somewhere. There we go. There's also, it's a difficult habit to get out of, not, and the chest thing, not storing everything, because obviously in this game all the resources are infinite. It's just a logistical challenge. You don't have to worry about, you know, having enough stuff from the point of raw materials like you do in some of the other games. So if I'm making, say, 4 of them, I think I've got everything I need for that. So we would then need, and this is where I'm going to have to improvise the maths together. Production-wise, because we need some of these, let's put it on the list, because we need blenders and packages, I think. Is that right? Oh, I get confused. Let's build some of them. In fact, we can go and have a look. What did I have down here? Yeah. Oh, didn't kick in then. Yeah, so I need some of these. Yeah, blenders and packages. So what do you... Yeah, you need RCUs and those guys. But yeah, the problem... You know, it's great that there's infinite resources and stuff, but the problem with that is there's no, like, logistics drone system. Well, there is, isn't there? But it's not exactly the same. What else was it? So blenders was rubber. Oh, I need more plastic, don't I? That's probably a general statement of truth, that I'm not making a lot of plastic. So we need some more plastic. And oh, RCUs. There. Is that there? Yeah. We've tried dabbling with some mods, like the Empty Hands mod. No, not in this, no. I generally... I kind of leave mods... Oh! Why is that not even making anything? Oh, okay. Let's put that back in. Now, I generally leave mods, certainly till I've played through once. But, I'll be honest, I tend to leave them until... So, if it's an early access game, I tend to leave them until they're, you know, it's like finished, because I don't like, in a sense, getting, how to put it, so getting used to a mod that they then introduce a version of in the game, because that's quite a few developers seem to just sort of not copy, but are inspired by mods. So I prefer to have, you know, the developers 1.0 version of the game before I look at mods. So if I got everything I need, I probably need some more 2040. No, we'll be okay with motors, I think. Okay, so we got them. Oops, wrong button. So no blenders, right with that. We need packages. Oh, I had both. Plastic. Yeah, okay. And then can I make things like smelters and refineries and stuff? Because I'm going to say, I want to try and make it a self-contained thing. And a refinery. Guess I'm going to need pumps. Let's put a miner on so I can see what I got. So I did put some iron rods. Oh, it's too much on the list, isn't it? It's gone weird. Let's take them off. And take that off. Oh no, I just need to scroll it. Right. Oh, I can't scroll it. I can scroll it if it's like that. Okay, fine. So I need rods. I put some in the car, but we need rods, beams. So copper sheets then. I haven't got any of them. But yeah, I need sort of a... So the idea would be to have lots of trains now coming in. No, wrong level. this is sheets, I think. Oh no, it's pipes, okay. We needed some of them though. Oh, I've got them turned around. This is the wrong end of the factory. But yeah, to have a load of trains basically, and put things into chests for my usage at this factory. So it's a central hub basically, and then the upper levels are going to be more scale manufacturing. What am I looking for? I need that on so that I can see the list. So I get some rods, encased beams and concrete. How best to do that? So the rod should be here. This one? Yeah. I think I put some in anyway, but I'll grab some rods. They're not too difficult to make a few of anyway, so I'm not too fussed about that. And then encased beams. Concretes are on the bottom. Encased beams are here. No, wrong one. Okay. So too much in there. I've got quite a lot of concrete in that thing already. Oh, I'm holding the gun. So what does the empty hands mod do? Is that a... like an inventory extender one? But yeah, I mean, I'm not as fussed about the... so yeah, I had some rods already, we've got quite a bit of concrete. Yeah, okay, so hopefully that's sort of everything we need. Should we nip over to the foundry? It's quite slow, this. But yeah, some sort of system of I don't know, do people do like the equivalent, you know, Factorio like PAX trains, like you know, where you have a train that delivers, you know, things that you need. So that would sort of be a solution, I guess, but then you'd have to have one consistent network. You know, so you could order them up to the factory you're building it. And of course, if you're out in the middle of nowhere, sort of no use either way. Yeah, I'm not as fussed about the personal logistics trains, because it's not, once you've got the cars and stuff, it's not that big of a map to go around. And I can put some hypertubes in, I guess, help shortcut. But it can be a bit tedious, I think, to get somewhere and realise, oh, I need 10 supercomputers to build what I want to build. But yeah, you can always drive back again. Let's say the sort of blueprinting system, or some sort of blueprinting system, or even copy and paste. It really needs that, and I think that's the type of mod I would absolutely go for. But I get the feeling they're probably not going to put that in, because I mean, they were sort of, wait, why am I going this way? Oh right, I'll go round a Foundry. They seem to be a bit reticent about, you know, when they put the zoop in, and it's only limited to 10, you know, 10 in a row. I kind of hope when they redo Spire Coast, because this is gorgeous, this area now, in my opinion, with the glowing lights in the trees and stuff. But so I'm hoping Spire Coast looks like that, and certainly that trailer they've done seems to say that. The empty hand mod basically introduces two items: empty hands and empty hard. Put them in equipment slots. Empty hands just makes it so you're not holding it, and empty hard makes you hard invisible. Oh right, okay. I quite like Because you can just, I mean, if you take, I'm not sure what the difference is. So if you don't have an item in your inventory, you don't hold anything anyway. Oh, you mean so your hands don't flap around, sort of thing. You need to sort this out as well. The physics on the interacting with objects is just stupid. Come on, round you go. No need to explode on those blocks. My little spider friend. I mean, I quite like the coffee cup. Obviously, you know, coffee stain studios and that. I do like. I mean, the other thing I really want to see. I don't think as many people are interested as me, but I want to see the story side of it. Even if it's not all that complicated, I really want to see what they're doing, because my assumption is it's a bit of a gag. But particularly interested in, and I'm not that deep into it, but all the things like this whole planet seems to be artificial, and obviously it's artificial because it's a game, but you know, it doesn't like the weird rib-like things in the desert, and they have like the hexagonal structure in the middle of them, as if they're, you know, manufactured basically. And particularly in the desert, there's lots of things that look like what would you call them? Sort of entrances to underground caves and stuff, as in like not caves, like cellars or perhaps temples or something like that, you know. And obviously, you know, with all these drones crashed, and they're already here. You know, what was going on before for all these drones to be crashed, and then for there not to be any buildings or anything? That seems a bit of a contradiction. Because if the drones were being used by a previous pioneer, how did they not build anything? Oops. No, don't crash into that. And if not, who were they being sent to? To say, I think I'm probably more interested in that than most people. So it's like the start of the game where you have no items to use, so you have empty hands. Okay. Right, so coming up to the desert. Obviously we're a bit slower in this truck, but it's got all my stuff. I love the way these guys go down as well. I love that animation. Oh, what? Ragdolling. It's a stupid little thing. Ragdolling's quite funny generally. Boop. Yes, so this is the Foundry as it stands at the moment. It currently looks to me like a spaceship. It's like a Cylon thing. And essentially I'm going to exploit all the resources. I think go somewhere for that, yeah. Right. Exploit all the resources in the desert, and probably bring some more in as well. But all the miners are set up, they're just not connected, there's no belts running, because, as I say, I wouldn't have the power to power this if it was up and running. Anyway, so that's why I want to set up the uranium, so that we're at least ready, even if it doesn't really do anything yet. At least ready. But then I could also divert all of the, you know, the fuel into plastic instead and stuff like that. So it can be a bit more efficient. Apologies for the lag and the stutter, because it's my machine is quite old. So it chugs a bit. Could do with some optimization as well, but I'm sure they'll get to that. Let's just show you my Foundry. I mean, I'm sort of working on this between streams because it's got to the sort of boring stage at the moment where it's just placing down a million of the same things. But the idea is this floor here will be where all the resources from the desert come in, and also where I sort the output from the trains. They're not going to be oriented like this, but this is where all the trains will be. So they'll be lined up along here, so straight along there. But I was just trying to work out the height basically and how many I could fit in and stuff. This staircase is obviously temporary as well. We've then got a sorter floor. So this has got 1 million sorters in it, because the level above is the actual foundry. I've set up the copper. Haven't done the iron side of things yet. This is me messing about with the, glass floors. Helps if you jump in the right place. And this is Foundry. So it's essentially, so there are 60, what do you call them? Smelters, is it? What's it actually called, these? I can't remember. But 60 other, the smelters, or whatever they're called, per row. They're chunked up into blocks of 5. And we got this handrailing here. My idea was, it's sort of, because I quite like factories that look sort of realistic, as it were. Obviously, that's just me messing about with signs. But if we put down, I'm going to put down some, numbers on each one. And there's 4 rows of 60, basically. So that's 240 copper. And then I think it's more than that. Might be 300, is it, of iron on that side. And I say they're just rows and rows of smelters. The power lines are a bit messy, but I don't actually dislike them, but I know some people are not fans of the power line system. And they've got lots of lights in. I'll turn my light off, highlighting things. But my idea was, this is the safety barrier for the pioneer, the engineer. And then he's got access points, or she's got access points here to get through and, say a machine... I mean, obviously it wouldn't because that's not how the game works, but a machine broke down or it needed reconfiguring, whatever. Then that's them. Obviously using the painted concrete for the rows here, and then coloured FICSIT panels there. I'm going to do maybe something fancy with the side walls. Maybe I'm not 100% sure. I found it a bit fiddly getting it to clip through, and I think these look pretty good anyway. The beams, and I could put some in every so often as if it was like a wall, a supporting wall. But this is me messing about with the old patterned, things. It does look good, but as you can see there, I couldn't get this one to clip in, so I've got a weird letterbox in the thing there. Playing on a laptop. When you get pure copper and pure iron alternate recipes, you'll get same because how many ingots they make. Really? Okay. Pure copper and pure iron. Right. Okay. So I might hunt them some. So I'm fairly happy just to plod through this with it being normal. So it's a lot of grinding, and it could really do, let's say, with some kind of blueprint. Maybe I'm missing the point again. It wouldn't surprise me. And actually, you're meant to do. I'm probably going to put these as glass or something as well. But it's just there at the moment. And then this is the access point. Go through to the iron side of life. And then it's the same. And as you can see, I've not done that, but I'm going to use blue for iron. And I need to put all of the sorting and what have you here. Send it down to the trains and up to the level above, because the level above. Is this 5? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so this is 5. Just put the glass in there. I think it looks really good. I really like this as well. If you walk into it, it makes like a glass banging noise. That's a nice little touch. As you see, I've not done all the power stuff here. All the lights. That's why I've got all that Caterium, because I need to put like 1 million light panels in. Caterium Foundry, not yet. The only small bit of smelting for Caterium at my military factory. I probably need to completely repurpose the military. I keep calling it military. It's basically making ammo and bombs. But as you saw, I've now got about 5,000 rounds of ammo and not actually that much to kill. So I probably need to repurpose it as a Caterium smeltery. Yeah, so this is then like production. So the idea then is iron rods, and this should be wires on the other side. There you go. As you see, I've not done much fancy here. We just started to put the thing in. I did wonder, I was sort of speculating to myself that perhaps the Coffee Stain was really intending the game to be multiplayer, because they have put it in quite early, and it just seems, you know, it seems like they've scaled it to be multiplayer. But as you say, if their alternate recipes are better, then maybe that's the trick, and I've just missed the trick. But this floor is going to be cables and screws, and that'll be here. There's then going to be a steel foundry over there, basically over that way. Nice. There's a nice little gap there. It's so high up. Ironically, it's well not ironic, but it's so high up because what I was trying to do, you know, because we're on a massive stilts here. Because what I was trying to do was avoid. There's like a rock up long level. There's like a rock there that I was trying to be above and make it look like it was supporting it. And it sort of does, but I managed to, in readjusting all the levels for the trains and stuff, I managed to clip through the rock. So that was a bit annoying, to be honest with you. Dang rock. But yeah, so I need a Caterium foundry as well. So I don't think it'll need to be huge, like these two. But, I mean, I know it looks a bit bonkers maybe, but as I say, I'm not doing any overclocking. Maybe I should, but that would be more power. And I can't even really support this power. And also, this is all of the copper and all of the iron. So, you know, it's not like I've got to make 3 copper factories. And these are all the bits I'm using to make it, basically. So yeah, so that's the foundry. It's about a third of the way done, I guess. But yeah, you know, just to say thanks again for all the follows and stuff. I sort of didn't quite know how to react. It's sort of, people are very kind to, you know, follow and stuff without really knowing what I get up to. But it's basically, say, management and simulation type games, because they're my jam really, particularly Factorio. I've got 3 Factorio series running at the moment. One's Crashtorio, and that's an example, like you were saying about mods, where I've not really done much with mods, and you know, because say, I mean, well, Factorio in particular, it's actually my favourite game of all time. Why did it do that? What are you doing that for? And I was just always happy just playing the game through. I really felt the need for mods, but so I've sort of embraced Crashtorio 2, and I'm really enjoying it actually. So that's one series. And then I'm also doing a series I'm calling Aesthetic Factorio, where I'm trying to build attractive looking factories. And one of the ironies of that is actually looking very similar to that Foundry. So I've sort of done a weird convergence where the Satisfactory factory and the Factorio factory are starting to look very similar. But That I'm really having a lot of fun with that, but it's quite interesting. And I've got loads and loads of mods on that one. So I've got the boats mod. I was messing about with ports yesterday. But we've got like train bridges and so Dectorio for coloured concrete and all that sort of stuff. I have added, I've got a whole load of military ones as well, because there's like rampant biters on it. But not really used it because mostly defaulted to like default things, default weapons and stuff to clear out the biters. But intention is to build some really cool walls around the factory because I really enjoy making defenses in Factorio, like defensive walls and stuff. So I'm going to build those up as well. What's the other one I'm doing? Oh, blueprints. So the irony, well, I did a series when I first started streaming where I built my first mega base in Factorio, and basically it took absolutely ages, as they always do, but I got a bit frustrated with it. And part of the problem I realised was that I've always played the game through and just made the blueprints I want every time because I really enjoy the designing aspect of it. But that means it takes like 30 hours just to get to rocket launch, which is a while for something. Bleeding noxious chemicals. And that's sort of what I realised, that if I'm going to do another meg base, I need to be able to blast through the early part of the game. So I'm doing a series where I'm making a set of blueprints, like a blueprint library for myself. Like a starter factory and an initial bot factory and that sort of thing. But yeah, I've done all sorts with Factorio. I've the series where I did the no spoon run, which was surprisingly easy actually. I didn't anticipate it being quite so simple. Right, so let's actually do something we were going to do. Now, let's see, they're probably going to change how power works with overclocking. So instead of it being exponential after 100%, it gets to be linear increase. Yeah, I saw that on the video. Is that's definitely coming in update 6, is it? So I wasn't sure that was definite for this one. I mean, one of the things with the overclocking is you still. I think you're still going to need the power shards from the slugs. In fact, can we leap over here? Or is that going to kill me? Oh, not kill me, nearly. And it's more the collecting of the slugs that's my sort of problem with the whole thing. Because I just find it gets a bit tedious to... I don't think this will fit under there, will it? No. Fine. Let's go and put a little chestic on. Love a bit of spaghetti. Right. I should probably extend this platform actually. Right. So, if I put a couple of chests here, organisation, put some storage boxes, so I can ferry some stuff back and forth basically. That's what I'm thinking. What do we want to put in there? Put them and them and I don't know. Them. Few of them. These in here. Maybe. Because how much room is it going to have? Yeah. Right, let's go and get those other bits. Overclocking might collapse. Okay. Oh, if it gets more practical from that point of view, Even just overlooking 150% will be okay. Wait, where's me? Oh, it is. No. No! Right, let's run down here. We've got factories in Spire Coast and the Great Canyon, because in Update 6 they'll be changing that too. Yeah, so this is, as I understand it, this is part of the area where they're going to change. So they count this as being part of the Spire Coast. So there is a possibility that, particularly, and I think from some of the screenshots, you can kind of tell that this is going to change. So that may be a risk, but I'm not too fussed, to be honest with you. So the fact that it's all infinite resources makes that less of a pain to me. And there's that website, was it Satisfactory map or something? I didn't pick up the right bits, did I? But let's clear that off, and I can work out what I need. Let you move your factories, basically. So I haven't got the modular frames. Just like an idiot, I put them in this chest. Yeah. I say this is more exploratory. It's not really, or it's too steep. I'm not not anticipating this being the final thing. I got a bit bored crunching out all those inserters and stuff, so I figured I might as well work out nuclear. And if we can set this up as something vaguely... They're enormous, aren't they? Wow. Let's just put 2 on then. Crikey. It's not like feeding around the back or anything, is it? I can't tell. Have I got me? No. No, I always leave my head. I don't know why I do that. I'm trying to see around the corner, even though it's a flat 2D panel that I'm looking at. Okay, so if we have 2 of them, because they're like 2.5 gigawatts each, aren't they? Which is, so 2 of these is basically the entire power I'm producing everywhere else. Then we need to put in, what? Fuel. I'll think about waste output later, but we also need water. Okay, that's fine, but we need fuel. Now the fuel is made in... Was that in the packager or the blender? I can't remember. Oh, so I need plastic, steel beams, motors, LCUs. Okay, so none of that. Plastic, steel beam. Was it pipes as well? Motors. Where are the ICUs then? Oh, they're there. Is that everything? So we can do packager. We can do blender. No, I do need some. Okay. Right, so, let's say, I know it involves packagers and blenders. To your blender. Stick it in your blender. Right. And then packager. So if this was making, I guess, them, case thingies. Ah, here we go. So this is the sulfuric acid thing, isn't it? Is there a way of managing, like getting it to recycle fluids, like you can with logic in, or not recycle them, but why did I need a packager? Because sulfuric acid, uranium, and concrete. What was the packager for? Wait. That seems remarkably simple. I need to put uranium, sulfuric acid. I get encased uranium out. Because uranium is just raw uranium. Is it? Why was I thinking I needed to do packages then? Maybe I was thinking of packaging up sulfuric acid and getting that in that way. Because where do we make sulfuric acid then? Is that in a refinery or something? Oh, what am I missing? Copper sheet. Okay. Oh, did I get any copper sheet? Oh, yes, I did. Okay. So, maybe I was thinking refineries then. Wait, I thought I got copper sheet. Copper sheet. So, what does refinery do? What do refinery? There you go, sulfuric acid. So it's just sulfur and water. Am I wrong with this? Is this not how you make... In case uranium cells are produced from uranium ore. Oh, they're not fuel rods. Ah, that's the bit I'm missing. So where are fuel rods made then? Manufacturer? Uranium fuel rod. Ah, okay. Ah, that's what I was thinking. That's why I was saying it was complicated. Right. So you use this to make... So we need to make concrete, so that's one thing. Oh, I haven't made concrete in ages, is that? Well, that's a point. I need a concrete factory at some point, don't I, as well? Actually, it's a constructor, isn't it? Concrete? Which I haven't got the things. I might have forgotten about making a concrete factory. Or, a limestoney, whatever you want to call it. Huh. Right, so, constructor. So we would need a constructor or two. Making concrete. Obviously, uranium's raw. Sulfuric acid is made in one of these bad boys. But it's made just from water and sulfur in this game? Yeah. Maybe that's where I was thinking about the packaging. Doing something funky with the output of this. Because I'm not 100% sure how you manage fluid flow. I guess what we could do is like a closed loop system. Where the output from this feeds back around. And then if I use... Or either set this to underclock or overclock to produce exactly what I need as the difference. Maybe that's how you do it. Anyway, so anything else I need to make with machines? No. So then that gives me encased uranium cells from there. So we need encased industrial beams. Now they are, I think, assemblers, aren't they? Encased industrial beams, which need steel beams, more concrete. Okay. So steel beams are foundries. Oh, I bet I've not brought regular modular frames, have I? Oh, I have. Close. So we'd need a foundry. Because the idea, I say, my thought is for this to end up being self-contained. It's not going to be efficient in any way. So this would be making steel ingots. And encased industrial beams. And then we would need 5 electromagnetic control rods. Okay. Funky. Right. They're in an assembler. There we go. And what do they need? They need stators. Wow, okay. So stator. And AI limiters. AI limiters are assemblers as well, I think. I'm just trying to work out, because I think this is going to be multi-level, isn't it? Because if I want to fit it in this area so that I don't go too far, down the other way, into Spire Coast, etc., then I think I'm going to have to go up. Because we've got a lot of stuff to make here. What was I doing? So this was going to be, say, stators. Now there's steel pipes and wires. Maybe I shouldn't do it this way. Maybe we should drop some stuff off by train. Because this is a lot to make. So wires. Pipes. Pipes are also assemblers, I think. No, they're constructors. Pipes. So you would work. Obviously, I'm not looking at numbers particularly. So an AI limiter. Are they assemblers or? Yes, they are. But now they need quick wire and copper sheet. Okay. Oh, and it makes sense that this is because it's end game stuff, isn't it? And this is probably the most stupid way of doing this. But I've never let stupid stop me. Oh, wrong machine. Status AI limiters. Is that it? Everything then? So, nuclear power plants. I'll say I don't know what I'm meant to do with waste. I think you can reprocess it somehow, but I'll probably just end up sticking it in 1 million industrial storage containers. Yeah, so that needs fuel. Fuel is made in one of these from encased uranium, encased industrial beams and electromagnetic control rods. We get the uranium from one of these, which is raw uranium and concrete, and sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid, which is raw sulfur. It also needs encased industrial beams. They are more concrete and steel beams. Where am I making steel beams? Well, I'm making these here. I've not put a steel beams machine down, have I? No, I think I repurposed one. So if this was another constructor making steel beams, that's another machine we've got to account for, or set of. So more concrete, and the other thing, they both need steel, which is iron ore and coal. That's all fine. The electromagnetic control rods are stators and they are limiters. Stators are steel pipes and wire. Steel wire, steel pipes. And those are AI limiters, which is copper sheets and deuterium. Wait, quick wire, is it? Yeah. Crikey! Let's have a quick look at how big this all is. Crikey! So I've already occupied half the platform, and all I've got is one of each machine. Okay, yeah, it's going to have to go up. So I can head out. Hope to catch you again soon. Yeah, thanks for joining me, and thanks for chatting along. I know I'm more than happy. Just to say, if people don't want to chat, I don't mind at all. Say, I sat here prattling along to myself, no matter what. So it's always great to have people chatting. But say, for anyone who just wants to watch, you don't feel the need to chat. Don't feel pressured to. I personally, as it happens, even though I prat onto myself while playing, I don't tend to, when I watch streams, I don't tend to chat too much. But always great to have both chatters and non-chatters watching along, watching me make all the stupid mistakes that I make. Okay, so yeah, I think we need to go multi-level on this. But what I'm wondering is about putting in an approximation of the number of machines. The trouble is, I don't know how I work out. Because the fluid tells me how quickly it consumes water. Because that's 300 meters cubed. Oh, that's the point. I need all the water things as well. 300 meters cubed a minute. Because what I'm actually thinking, these won't be here. What I'll end up doing is essentially ripping up all of these guys. And we'll have the actual nuclear power things here. So they'll be on this platform, you see. And it's the manufacturing that I'm going to do here. So we'll have sort of a belt going down, you know, off the edge here somewhere, down to this platform. And that's particularly useful if I do need to do something with the nuclear waste. In particular, take it somewhere and get rid of it. Then I've got a sort of a train system-ish running there. And what we could potentially do, I kind of need to basically rip everything up. That's sort of the problem I've got. And the reason it's a problem is that a lot of the things I would rip up are like producing power and stuff for me. Or, you know, providing resources. You know, moving them about. Because this train system is a bit snookered. Unfortunately, the overclocking on generator is very screwed. Neither the input nor the power output scales to the over-underclock percentage. Oh, really? I did not know that. Okay. So hopefully that's one of the things they're fixing with if they do fix the power. Oh, no, I seem to remember them saying it wouldn't change then, would it? So... Huh. Okay, so maybe I need to adjust the machines so they work appropriately. So I don't know. Can I work out how much? How would I do that? I don't quite know how many like fuel rods I need to actually produce. But yeah, this train system's a bit snookered because I mean I could move this slightly further up, but I'd have to rework all their belts. But there's not a lot more room for a thing here, given how big these are. See, I could move it one further forward. And all it's doing here is loading in coal. And the rest of it, this is the military train. So all of this, I won't let me access it. It's curved on there. So there's just no room to put extra carriages in, basically. I mean, maybe I could squeeze one in. But really, I just need to rework it all, you see. And since I did this, I've come up with a way that I like. What the heck is in that industrial container? What the heck is in here? Oh, concrete and... Oh, that must have been when I was making these platforms. Okay. Well, there you go. Okay. Like me, not broken, just not user-friendly. Okay. It's not broken per se, it's just not user-friendly and just generators. Okay. But yeah, so the thing I'm sort of a bit stuck, because it's completely new to me, is how much nuclear, you know, how many nuclear fuel rods I would need to produce. Because that obviously then scales the size of this factory. But yeah, the basic point I was making there, so that factory up there is the one with the quick wire in it. And it's already got quick wire in it. So I can just change one of those platforms from a blank one to an unload one, so I can pull the quick wire over. We'd have to spaghetti it round. Well, I could, if these go eventually, I could just take it along the edge there, couldn't I? So the quick wire is okay, and then as I remember it, there is copper right here and iron as well. So obviously there's limestone there. That was loud. It was weird. World's loudest splash for some reason. Yes, we've got limestone there. So where the heck is this copper? Isn't it on the top here? Can I get up there? Isn't it up here? No? sure it's on one of the top of these. Whoops. Yeah, I quite like having that. I don't. So in terms of that, because I know if you just take that away, you've not got anything in your hands, so you don't show it. I don't know what difference that makes, but what was the other thing I was holding? What have I just dumped out there? Was it the? It was the gun. Where's the gun gone? No, got the gun. Is it there? Yeah, I confused myself now. Oh, there we go. Blimey, that tower must have been there a long time. How do I get up there then? This way? That tower will have been there since, you know, since forever. Right, so yes, so we got copper here. Where is the... I've already identified the iron. So iron is up on top of that ridge somewhere. Let's go and find that then. There's a particularly nasty cave system tucked in the back there. Died a few times on something. Up, wrong way. Right, so iron on top of here somewhere. Which part I'm going to have to smelt those as well, aren't I? So I need some smelting. Smelting for that as well. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's a pure one as well. Okay. Right. Yeah, that's the cave system I have died in more than a few times. Okay. Let's aim it towards that. Did I pick up them? I did. So put one of these in. Yeah, the only ones I was intending on like properly overclocking was the miners basically. Just more to reduce the number of miners I need really. Where's the nearest power thing? Is that the nearest one? It is now. Okay, and I'll just use level 1 belt, I think, for that. Oh, that's one of the things I did wrong. I've added that to my hotbar. How did I do that? Isn't it? Don't you just go into hotbar? Where do I want that? Number 3? There we go. Yeah, I tend to usually just build things with low level belt and then upgrade it later on. Because obviously iron plate is sort of ridiculously cheap. Let's put you now. And I'm also, I mean, the factories themselves I like to have, I think look good, you know, sort of properly organised. But in terms of belts around the world, I'm sort of more than happy with spaghetti. I don't really care. That's a bit close, isn't it? A bit far away, sorry. Don't really care about. Looking too messy. Yeah. So, click on fire. Oops. Will that work? Hopefully it won't poke out the end. It won't poke into the cliff, sorry. Sneak down here. Oh. Where? Yeah, it has. That's annoying. So... Can I have it? Don't know that at all. Let's get the jetpack on. Let's stand on this mushroomy thing. Now, if I put another one on, is that going to be... That's a bit better. Access that one. He says, thinking that maybe it should be elevated anyway. Am I just going to go direct over? What do I want to do? Yeah, let's just do a little elevated spaghetti style mess, I think. So it's a bit my speciality. Right. Well, that's going to be a real mess. Right, so if I do belt, a rough idea how far it'll let me go, so about there-ish. Oh, I got the wrong thing. Over to out there. This rock. This rock, but no other. So I wonder what's in these actually. Oh, just random rubbish. Cool, not even sorted. I'd chronic with that as well. I just leave, particularly, say in areas like this where I'm doing a lot of building. Oh, I've done it again. So I do it in all the games like this I play, where I sort of turn up with a load of stuff and put it in a chest, a storage container or whatever, and then it's just left there forever, basically. I don't think I've had a game where I haven't found a dozen random chests at some point. Because we can turn it into a 3, is my thought process. Maybe if I align it, yeah, we'll put it here. Probably won't reach that one. Because we got this here, you see. So if we put that on the bottom, is that going to be too far? Yep, exactly too far. Okay, so we need another one of them then. So if we put that, say then. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Come on. Oh. Oh, I've not got enough iron plate. Did I not? I don't remember grabbing iron plate. Iron plate. Okay, let's nip to that craft bench and build myself some, whatever it calls, minery things. I sort of miss using them because they're quite cute, the little miners. Portable miner. Because they look like they've got faces and all. 3... Oh. Production. 2 miner. Point it at my little. There. Production. 1, 2 miner. 2 miner. 1, 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 2 Okay. Can I get that? Connect that? Oh, so it seems to be the loudest splash in the world, though. I'll probably end up blowing what little power I have with this. Right, so we can add an extra level on here. And connect the copper on as well. So then all we're sort of missing... Oh, I've already done one. It's Caterium, basically, because it doesn't look like I do need any plastic or anything. Do need coal, but that's right here. That's the whole point of why this whole power production thing is here. And it's on top of this, isn't it? Should I get rid of this tower? It'll be right in the way. It's a historic tower, this. They have a preservation order on it in the UK. Right. Point it sort of that way. Yep, sort of that way. Okay. Not 2 miners. I think the next research I unlock gives me Mark III. I'd have to start making them structural, whatchamacallit, doohickeys. So, if I put that there, are you going to connect to that? Yep. Is that too far? No? Cool. Oops. Power. Oh, power then. Power. No power. Just a random power plant. Okay. Whatever. Yeah. Is this a pure one? Ah, it's just a normal. Okay, I'm going to add sploosh. Add that there. And oops, there. And then there. Here. No, here. Right then. So we also need quick wire. Now I haven't a clue. In fact, let's go and have a look at the... I can show you the military base as well. As I call it military as basic convenience. It's not really it's not really very much military about it, other than it makes ammo and bombs, basically. So I'll nip up and have a look at that, and I can also then work out which one is the quick wire. So we can get that in, no probs. But what I would ideally like to do is add on an extra carriage, because there's sulphur just down the way. Just down the bottom of the hill. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on. There we go. In fact, I must be bringing sulphur to this, mustn't I? Because don't I need sulphur for the explosives? So is it already hooked up? It must be. There's the train. In fact, we could probably hijack the train and manually drive it over. That might be easier. Am I going to reach it in time? Probably not, because it's probably set on full. Yeah, okay. It's heading off already. Okay, so let's just work it out manually. There's another random industrial, I'll tell you. Okay. Well, this is where I started to try and do things a bit more aesthetic, a bit more nice looking. So I put these legs in. Obviously, as you know, they don't do anything. They're not actually supporting the weight of the factory. But What the heck is in here? Oh! Lots and lots of coal. Okay. Fine. And I started messing about with this idea of like an underslung railway. So it's effectively, it's not, but it looks like it's supported from underneath. So it's like a flying, you know, flying level, or whatever it's called, flying floor, something like that. I think it looks pretty cool, but so I would need to tart it up a bit, I think, with better, put some walls on it, put some things on it. But so I started messing about with some things that might look okay. I didn't realise I should have fed it in at the top because these are right in the way, but didn't realise basically. But you see how many bombs and stuff I've got. So this whole factory is a bit pointless. But okay, the quick wire is this one then. What's meant to be going in there? Oh, that's all the ammo. You see what I mean? So I got all bar one thing filled back at the base. This is completely filled. I think there's also a storage container at the top there, maybe. So it's like I could shoot everything in on the entire planet 100 times over. So it's the first thing, or the last one, basically. What the heck is in them? Oh, this is all. So I was also bringing whatchamacallits, beacons over, because you need them for the ammo. So where's the sulfur then? In fact, what we could do, in fact I thought I had, we could repurpose this, couldn't we? Because I repurposed. Oh no, I didn't repurpose bombs. Which one did I redo then? Because they're taking those over for the crystal oscillators. So I could repurpose either the bombs or the ammo, couldn't I? Rather than have a wire, a belt running a million miles. But yeah, this is the, the in quotes military factory. So what I probably need to do is turn this into a proper quick wire foundry. And I can keep loading the crystals in and stuff, but or maybe have a separate train for them. But yeah, where is the sulfur going? You see, even this turned into a higgledy-piggledy mess. I didn't know about using floors underneath the use the lift. I didn't know that these lift things connected. I didn't know you could connect them on the front and stuff. And it would properly connect. I thought you had to have a bit of belt in between. So that's sulfur, isn't it? Okay. So you're going in there and making black powder. Okay. And then black powder is presumably going upstairs into bombs. How is that still running, given I haven't used a bomb in a short ice age? Okay, how about put a cheeky little splitter in there. And we keep this here until I properly decide what to do with it. But we can run the sulfur up here to this level. And instead of making bombs, I cut off this supply and we put the sulfur there. It's a bit higgledy-piggledy, but so I really need to rip it all apart rather than do this type of thing. But I'm kind of aware I've done an entire stream and not really achieved very much. Yeah, okay, so if we take this belt out, no, if I put a split, if I put a, merger on it. If it'll play ball. Like that. Then it should just let me take that bit out. But yeah, this is where I start to play about with these things. I'm making a bit of a mess, but you learn by doing, you learn by doing. Okay. So we could bring the sulfur up there and sort of sneak it underneath. Or bring it up on this one. What works best? Probably that one. Okay. So, if I put a splitter on there, and then weave a bit of out. Yes, apologies for anyone with anyone who's finicky about belt layouts and stuff. I'm a bit of a spaghetti maniac in this game. Much tidier in Factorio, but the fact that that's all squares and geometric patterns makes it a lot easier to be tidy, in my opinion. And this game really looks good when it's all messy. It's difficult to make it look properly bad anyway. So if we feed that in there, then rather than guns and bombs and blah blah blah, it should start sending me sulfur. It's a bit strange to be sending it around on a massive loop like that, but whatever. So where are they going down? They're going down into... Whoops. Yeah, that's too far. Going down into the bombs one, which is... not that one. This one. So we need to clear it out. But we might as well keep them. Because I'm probably never going to make any more. But we might need to do some full-on clearance at some point. Can I put a little platform somewhere? But also, I need the opportunity to come back in about 30 streams time. Puzzle at what the heck is in this industrial container. Well, I'm not going to deny myself that opportunity. It's probably two, isn't it? Because they hold a heck of a lot of stuff. Besides which, I need somewhere to put my stuff. Oh, train's back. Maybe I should stop it. No, I don't want to. I don't want to ride it because then I would have to come and get my car. Oh, you won't do that. Stall. Right, so if we take... Oh, it won't let me do it because the train's there. Ah, dear. All done? Toot toot. Poop poop. You're going to fit in there? No, not quite. And I can't reach that one, but we can put... use this one. I can just probably get rid of that one. Did that. Oh, I did everything. Okay. It'll take a while to chunk through that, I think. Here it comes. Okay, first bit of sulfur. Oh, just take them out. that in there. If I just sort of take all there. Right, so where have I got to? So we've got sulfur coming in. Train's gone, hasn't it? Yeah. Missed the train. I've missed the train. So quick-wire is the first one. Then ammo. Then quartz. Then sulfur. So we've got 1, 2, 3. It's the fourth one. Sulfur is the fourth one out of 5. Okay. Looking at it from that point of view. Because it's a double-headed train, so it effectively turns around. But doesn't turn around, if that makes sense. Yeah, so I look forward to coming back here in many streams' time and being confused as to what the heck is going on with all of these storage chests. Yeah, so they really made this area look good in my opinion. It's great upgrade. It still has a lot of floating rocks and stuff though. I don't know if that's because of how they're done or they just missed them. But it's a whole load of floating rocks and trees that don't quite make sense. Oh, don't quite make sense, etc., etc. In fact, I want to jump over them. I was trying to trying to make it look like it was supported. Not really succeeding. I've really struggled. Oh, here we go. You're back. So, that front one, we're going to have a bit of a problem here because that front one is the one that's empty. But when it comes back here, it will be on the back. So it's not number 1. So in other words, this one is the sulfur. And that one, I think, will be the quick wire. No, that can't be right. Let's wait for it to come back, because it will stop here. But yeah, I mean, so I need to convert it into a quick wire factory or foundry or however you want to phrase it, because it's sort of obviously being used quite heavily now that I'm making all the lights. It's only a trickle of it being made because I didn't know you needed it for the lights. You see, because I didn't unlock them. Come on. I don't know. Typical trains, eh? Always running late. Here we go. I think I'll stop it. If I can remember how. Can you stop? Oh, no, that's driving it. Don't I do it? Yeah, time down. Here we go. So, turn off self-driving. There we go. It's a bit of a weird system they put together. No, didn't mean to do that. So, the first one is coal. Then it's that. Then it's the... Oh, of course this has not got... I didn't empty the bombs out of here. Right, okay. Another mysterious industrial storage container it is. Oh, it's not enough. No, other way around. One more. Now, will it let me? Oh, it disappeared then. That's quite cool. It counts for that. Bet it won't let me take that out. No. No, it don't like me taking that out. So I'll have to reverse the train up a bit. But it's this one. Can I put a little note? Maybe if I colour it in or something? It'll let me do that. So it's just colour it now. So it's that one that needs to go, and that's sulphur. How am I going to get the stuff out of all of this? Anyway. And this one? Yeah. So those are the two that need to go. So I'll hop in the train. Drive it up the... Wait, if I drive it that way, how am I going to get out? So let's take it that way. The trains are really awesome in this game. No, slow down, slow down, slow down. Technically, I suppose it's a monorail rather than a train as such. Right. Oh. Right. So, this one needs to come out. And we need a freight platform. Now, which way... Does it care which way round it is? Let's test it. So it's more convenient to take that out the other side and bring them together. Oops. Come on. Oh, there's a... there's a sliding monster in the way. Thank you. Brilliant. You need to get out of it. Right, yes, so this would be Caterium. And the other one will be sulfur. Now, will it let me do that? That's the question. So let's see if I can get this restarted to move somewhere sensible. So, can I get it to... Can I get it to go to there? Where have you gone to? Oh, you're going back home. Okay. I'm not sure how you get them to go, you know, like in... Apologies if I keep comparing everything to Factory. It's sort of my base reference point, really. But in Factory, you just send them where you want to, sort of thing. I'm not sure how you do that in this. Right. Yes. So, in theory, if it lets me unload sulfur here, do I need to mess with the timetable? Or does it just all do it automatically? So, what's it actually doing? So it's going to edit timetable. So it goes to ammo load. What's it? Oh, okay, yeah. One... What? And then it comes to... Because it loads everything that it's got there. Then it comes here. One load item. Oh, I see. I see. Okay. So until you've done, if you've done a load or unload off your pop, or 15 seconds. Okay. So I could get fancier, but okay. Okay. So hopefully, when it does another cycle, it will unload. And it'll put the stuff in. Put the sulfur in here. So it's the loudest sploosh ever. Messed up all my nice way of doing it. Right. How am I going to get it round then? I guess we could just add a couple of layers on there. Because we need coal for this anyway, for the steel. So we kind of need to put a bit of a split in or something here anyway. So we might as well take an extra level on that. Now it gets complicated. Or no, that wouldn't work. Because this goes into a set of splitters as well. Why have I got a... Oh! Been done. It's a pipe one. But we could put that on... In fact, I could do that on the other end, couldn't I? Can't I stack this on here? Yeah. Whoops. Okay. Might need to take it up one more, because I'm not sure how it will work with being right above it. We go this way with the deuterium wire and sulfur. Okay, and then whatever, if there is, does this have any coal left over? Oh, it does, so that's okay. So we can pinch coal out of there. Or in theory, I could put a splitter on the pipe here and we can have the water. But say I want to replace this with the uranium anyway. But we need water for sulfur. That's sulfuric acid. So yeah, that might be the way to go. Okay, let's see. In fact, I might be able to use this here. Yeah. If I haven't got power at my power plant, then something's definitely gone wrong. So, are you happy running along there? Yes, you are. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's 7:05. Oops. So, actually, as I was saying before, it's really just a hobby, this, for me. It's not, I know people do, like, gigantic, you know, all-day streams and all that sort of stuff, and that's sort of their job and that, but it's very much just a bit of fun for me. On Mondays, I do after work. And often, like today, it's a rush, so I don't actually get any chance to eat before the stream. And as you can tell, I am a big fan of eating. So, basically what I'm saying is, it's only a 2-hour stream I do usually on Mondays. So I need to stop for today. I'll just do this bit. I won't continue, so next Friday we will pick up with more of this, so we might actually get to smash some atoms on Friday. If not, then it'll be Monday. If I do any work, I'll just go and grind away on the Foundry. There we go. But after that, we'll set up the... Because I know it's boring just watching someone putting in 1 million smelters, so... I tend to do that myself. Let's just go and have a quick look and see, did it empty the sulfur? it wouldn't have emptied the sulfur because there was no sulfur to empty, would it? Because it wouldn't have done a round trip and it had bombs in it before. Okay, let's wait and see if that comes back anytime soon. Yes, so I'll pop my schedule up in a minute. All those people who've kindly followed me. I know it's a sort of almost a courtesy thing of you know, when you get a raid and that sort of thing. To do the follows, don't worry about unfollowing and stuff. I say it's not. It's just very much a bit of fun for me. It's not kind of. I want people to follow if they're interested, as it were, rather than sort of feeling obligated or something. But equally, say if you want to come back and join me, then very very much would welcome the views and chatters and all that sort of stuff. If you are inclined to do so, here it comes. Here it comes, rather. But the next stream I'll do will be Friday. I thought it wasn't going to stop then. Are you going to unload? No. So it's got... Oh, I don't know what's happened there then. Let's go and stop this. Probably just need to do... Turn off. So something's gone wrong there. Which I don't quite understand. Has it unloaded anything? No. Okay. I'm pretty sure you can load and unload. Okay. Okay. So that's not work then. Brilliant. Yes, so let's pop the schedule up. And I'll sort of just show you through it for anyone still hanging around. Yeah, so this is my schedule up here. It's my regular schedule. Satisfactory on Fridays and Mondays. It's when Fridays and Mondays are when I play other games, as it were, and Saturday and Sunday is basically always Factorio because that's my favourite game of all time. I will be back on Friday with more of this and pretty much picking up where we are. I might try and work out what the trains are, but if I do anything on this, it will be working away on the Foundry. And Saturday we will be playing Crashtorio 2 again. So really enjoying that mod and keen to keep it going. And then Sunday I'll be working on my blueprints. So my blueprint series will return. And then back to Satisfactory on the Monday. Yeah, so if you have been watching, thanks for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed it and might consider coming back for another one. I've been Trismegistus. This has been Satisfactory. Thanks for watching. Cheers.